I'm going to let you into a secret. Even if I could afford to buy my dream McLaren, McLaren themselves wouldn't even sell it to me. And here's why. When these supercar manufacturers make their limited edition cars, not only do you have to be able to afford the car that you want, you've also got to have purchase history with that brand for them to even allow it to be sold to you. Now, I have no purchase history and I can't even afford the car I want. But I think I've got a way to get around both of those problems.
And that is because McLaren use a lot of parts from their base model cars on their limited production cars and even their hypercars. Meaning that if you went and spent £2 million on a McLaren P1, it's going to share parts with an £80,000 650S. Scammed.
So I've put my thinking cap on, and I think if we start with one of McLaren's cheapest cars, we could potentially turn it into something much more expensive and much rarer, and something that I'd never be able to afford. Does that sound like a plan?
So I need a car to start off this project. Luckily, 3 months ago, I bought this. A McLaren 650S Spider, but it's not in a good way. It's been crashed 4 times, rolled on its roof, and been used as a track experience car. Now, all the panels are damaged, but this is the perfect excuse to try and upgrade them.
Our challenge is to try and build one of the rarest McLarens that money can buy, but on a budget. In order to do that, we're going to need some parts, so we're going into our local McLaren dealership to see how much all this is going to cost. I feel a bit out of my depth here, I can't lie.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice cars.
Yeah, I feel really poor.
But this didn't go to plan.
Well, our local dealer didn't really want to talk to us about it face to face, so we're going to have to try and find a way around this, so bear with us.
In order to get a price on these parts, we had to be a little bit crafty. Then it was just a waiting game to hear back from McLaren on a price to transform our 650S.
And if you close your eyes, it's now another day, because we have now finally got the parts list from McLaren and the prices to go with them to convert the 650S into that much rarer car. And we have our parts dealer, Mickey's McLaren's Bits.
Welcome to Mickey's McLaren's Workshop.
Mickey's McLaren Workshop.
So Mickey's going to give us the prices of everything for how much this is going to cost. Mickey?
I'm nervous. You are sitting down good. Right.
On this list we should have a bonnet, pair of wings, bumper complete, rear quarters complete, arch liners, spoiler, engine cover, wing mirrors, headlights. So where are we starting today, Mickey?
Rear bumper.
Okay, so the centre of the rear bumper.
Just the centre of the rear bumper.
Okay, I'm going to guess 10 grand.
No.
More?
You're not even close. 20,422.
Plus VAT.
You've got to put that on there.
So that is 25 grand.
25. You would put 25 grand just, and that's without all the auxiliaries with it.
Yeah,
lights,
all the trims, yeah.
the little side panels.
Okay.
Sensors, cameras.
Yeah, cameras. Oh, I don't even want that. Price for the rear diffuser under tray. The small part on the back of the car.
Okay, so not the actual bumper diffuser, the bit that goes underneath that.
Yeah, just the under tray.
I'm going to say 800 quid.
You're looking at 4,998 without that.
Just for the under tray.
Just for the under tray, mate. How much do you think the little end cap bits?
They're only like this big.
The tiny little things,
Yeah, that big. Okay.
2,530.50 plus the VAT each front.
Yeah, ours was broken anyway, so I do need one. Little plastic box, £1,000.
No, £6,489. That's plus the VAT on that.
As well.
Exhaust.
This is quite small, about this big again. Comes off the cats, goes out the back.
Yeah.
2.5 grand.
No, halfway near there.
So it's 5 grand.
5,754 plus the VAT.
Has that got the tips on it?
No.
No.
Tips 200 quid a pop.
Triple that.
Triple.
£618
No.
You need 2 of them.
Oh no.
per tip.
Without that.
Surely we can can we use some universal ones?
Front bumper skin.
I'm gonna guess realistic number from McLaren, £2,000.
7,665
Surely not.
plus the VAT. About the foam that goes behind it.
The foam? I didn't know there was foam.
Yep, there is.
Okay, it's a silly price for a bit of foam. 300 quid.
£892.
But the numbers just kept on going.
3,246. 1,375.
And the worst part is we're still waiting on a price for some of the other bits too, so this isn't even everything.
3,213 times 2. 2,572. 3,948 times 2. Really, is it that much? 6,216. Wow, 2,467 times 2. 2,698.
£148,000. I just dribbled then. £407 and 82 pence. Plus the bits that aren't on there. That's a 2-bedroom house. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Right. We need to try and find an alternative way to make this happen because that is stupid. Wow.
The total build price is going to be like ridiculous, bro.
So it seems like we're going to find a different way to make this project work because buying them parts new from Mclaren is going to cost more than a second-hand 675 LT. It's ridiculous. So we need to try and find a cheaper kit, and for that, let's take to Google. And just one little look on Google does bring up some interesting stuff. There is a second-hand bumper for a 675 LT, but it's still £8,500. Pricey. And I don't think that's going to add up because there's still so many other bits that we need. There is an aftermarket body kit for about £8,000, which is a lot cheaper, but is not really what I'm aiming for. This is interesting. Pricey, but interesting. £93,202 for Mclaren quality genuine dry carbon fibre carbon kit, front bumper assembly, side skirts, rear bumper assembly, tail wing assembly. That sounds great. But it is £100,000. That looks like a P1 aftermarket kit to turn one into a GTR, hence why it's so expensive. I did look into this already, and turning a 650S into a P1, if you do manage to do anything that looks even close, it's still going to look wrong. The proportions are going to be off, and it's going to look like it's from Temu. Now, long-term subscribers to this channel will know that we've done something similar to this before with my AMG GT, and we bought a fiberglass and carbon kit, so a bit of both kit, from AliExpress, and the fit was okay, but it wasn't amazing. Now on AliExpress there is a upgrade kit which is part carbon, part fiberglass. I just don't know if that's going to be quite what I want. This is a supercar, it's got to fit like a McLaren.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not such a big deal, but I'd like it to be as light, as strong, and as good quality as possible, and I feel like having a part fiberglass, part carbon fiber kit is not doing this car justice, so this is not going to be the option. So we've got one option, which is the genuine kit, which is ridiculous. We've got the option which isn't going to fit and is £100,000, and then we've got the cheap option. But I kind of like something which falls in the middle of all of these. Because we're wanting to save money, does it not make sense to go to the home of cheap things? Temu. So on here you can buy all sorts of stuff. You can buy car parts, teeth whitening kits, dash cams, pretty much anything you want. The only problem is you don't 100% know what you're going to get, and you're hoping whenever you spend your money on it that it's going to be good, but the fact of the matter is you never know. Sure, some of these parts are okay, a lot of them don't look all that, but what I have found, which is kind of interesting, is a full dry carbon Mclaren 675 LT sort of body kit. Every single piece of that is made from carbon. Hopefully it should be lighter, it should be stronger. Fingers crossed the fit is better. It is £31,000 including the VAT, a lot of money, but we are a VAT registered business, so I can claim the VAT back, making it cost around £25,000. At the end of the day, this is a supercar that we're working on, and we want it to be the best quality possible. Maybe this is going to be our best idea. The kit includes carbon fibre bumper with an exposed carbon lip, both of the wings with exposed carbon vents, which was an option on the 675 LT. There's primed dry carbon side skirts with exposed carbon parts, dry carbon rear fenders, dry carbon air inlets, dry carbon rear bumper, carbon fibre engine cover, stainless steel exhaust, dry carbon front and rear under tray, a exposed carbon bonnet. There is some videos of it on here, and it looks, well, do you know what? Not too bad. If we can get the car looking like that, I would be pretty happy. But how much work did it take to get to that car to that point? That's the real question, isn't it? But that's not going to be it. I don't want to do a like-for-like 675 LT replica. I want to make it my version of one. I want to make it that bit better. I've done a bit more digging and found a rarer version of the 675 LT called the 688HS, which looks something like this. Now mine's a Spider, so it will never be able to have the roof scoop as much as I'd love to be able to have one. But essentially the differences on this is it's got a fixed rear spoiler and some nasty canards on the front which make it look proper evil. It's just a bit more of an extreme version of a 675 LT, a bit more track focused and a little bit more what I like the look of. Now these cost like 500,000-ish pounds, I believe, if I'm right, so super limited. So we're going to take elements from that, elements from the 675 LT, and maybe even elements from the P1 as well, to try and put all this together. So the first thing that I'm going to need to be able to do any of that, we need the base body kit. So I think this Temu kit is going to be the one to go for. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Thanks, man.
It's even orange.
I know, yeah, it does give us a really good idea of how it looks. We're going to have to take the plunge, take the gamble, and order this kit. And hopefully, it's not a waste of money. So, here we go. Add to cart. Surely that's the most money anyone's ever spent on Temu. Ordered. I presume all of these are made to order because they wouldn't just have them lying around. Now it's just a waiting game. I'm just hoping it pays off. If you're here for the gamble, if you want to support us, make sure to go down there, hit that subscribe button, and wish us the best of luck. Obviously, our goal with the Mclaren is more than just fitting this body kit. We need to make this one of the fastest McLarens on the road to match the look of it. But when we do get the engine back in it, there's going to be a lot of faults to go through because this car wasn't in a good way. But when we do get around to doing that, we can figure out what some of those faults are with the help from OBD11. So OBD11 can do basic diagnostics for any car, but works best with BMW, Mini, VAG Group cars, Toyota, Lexus, and even Rolls-Royce. Now for those cars, OBD11 offers full dealership level diagnostics, so it can help you find the problems with your car. And when we scan my X3M, we can see it's got 7 faults. But OBD11 can do so much more than that, because obviously that's going to help you pinpoint the faults, but it can also turn on cool applications and features on your car too. For example, we can use video in motion, so your passenger can watch videos whilst you're driving. So let's turn that on. Meaning now that we can watch some of the finest videos. If you want to check out OBD11, make sure to use the link in the description and discount code SLIX20, which is going to save you 20% off all of their packages apart from the device on its own. Thank you OBD11 for sponsoring this video. I think the body kit has just arrived. It's now 8 weeks later from when we pressed go on the body kit, and it is finally here. Now it was delivered to the unit whilst we were away on the road trip. So now it's time to take a look at the kit and see if spending that £25,000 on it has gone down the drain or was well worth it. You ready?
I hope so.
Me too. I'm a little bit nervous, I can't lie. I've never been this nervous about it.
I don't know how big the box is going to be.
Me neither. It's quite big. Oh, it's massive.
Oh my god.
Okay. Right, let me move this. And then we're going to try and have a good look at it, because that looks packaged really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks better than the Mercedes one.
It does, yeah. It looks like they've really took some care in it. Right, I can't describe how excited I've been for this moment. The whole trip away, all I could think about was this. So, where do we start? Do we start with the big one?
I mean, it'd be rude to not start with that one.
I think that's the right decision. We've got a box here, which we can wait for that one, because that's not as exciting. The big, tell you what though, the box took a battering, isn't it? I suppose it has come a long way.
You got this.
Do you reckon how? It's supposed to be carbon fibre, so it should be light. This is a much better way. Imagine if it's just like potatoes in there.
I literally was just about to say that. Imagine if it's just like empty paper.
Just lift off.
First try.
That's, yeah, great. Crab's on fire. That looks like a well-made piece.
Any imperfections?
Just me.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Hang on.
Okay, up the top here maybe. There's a bit of nastiness, but you know, on the whole,
It's looking good.
Now, the difference with this kit compared to the AMG one is that the AMG one is part fiberglass, part carbon, where with this, I wanted it to be as strong and as light as possible, just like the real special edition cars are. So I've opted for the full carbon fibre kit, meaning it's going to be harder, better, faster, stronger.
I want to see it. Oh,
I'll show that on YouTube. It's too sexy. That is very, very nice. Can you see that as well? So like the inner skin is carbon, and then that's the outer skin there, even more carbon.
what are you feeling, Chris?
Excited. Very, very excited. Next bit, what do you reckon it is?
Spoiler.
Do you reckon spoiler? Do you reckon
Oh,
it's big enough?
splitter. I don't know, it looks...
Maybe I've been hardened to the AMG
Oh
one.
no, there's the groove bits here. I think it's the rear spoiler.
Okay, okay. I can't actually see, like apart from a few little fish eyes, any imperfections in that at all.
Let me get a close up.
Like it could benefit from like a flow coat, so a wet sand and another coat of lacquer when we get the car painted. Or do I do it body coloured? Oh, it's a dilemma. But it would look cool in carbon because it moves as well, wouldn't it? Like whoosh, whoosh. Oh, I know what it is already. I've never picked up a bumper that light in my life.
It looks really cool as well.
I can't see it. Okay. Oh, it's even got the towing eye. Do you reckon that comes out or not? It has got a towing eye cover. Have you seen how it's held in? Tiger seal. Nice. So basically, if I ever need towing anywhere, I'm screwed.
I don't know what you mean, a McLaren would never break down.
This one is screwed pretty solid, but this one, oh, it's broken. Tab there, that's supposed to be on here, it's snapped off. I'm well sad now. Oh well, I'm sure we can figure out that. That's not the end of the world. But looks good. On the whole, very happy. Rate it, everyone at home in the comments. Rate it out of 10. Any ideas yet?
No clue.
That, my friend.
Oh, I know what it is, yeah.
The big
That's
side
sick.
pod. Side pod alert, it is scratched. Oh yeah, do you know what I completely forgot about? Well, I'm not going to tell you now, but you'll figure it out in a minute.
Oh, that looks cool.
Do you reckon these bits are going to get all burnt up? You know when I'm spitting mad flames out the back?
Isn't carbon fibre like super resistant to heat?
We'll find out, I guess, won't we? From the back, the 650S looks like this. Ugh. Not the best looking thing in the world, but even though the 675 is based on the same car, they basically gave the whole rear end a facelift and made it look like this. Boop. Which looks much better. It gets rid of the nasty square exhaust tips. So basically that goes in the bin, because it doesn't look cool, does it?
But we continued unpackaging this massive box of parts. It's basically a jigsaw. We've got to figure out where every single bit goes, and it's not easy. Now our aim isn't to build a full 675 LT replica, we want to turn it into my version of it, and add bits along the way that are going to make it that little bit more special.
People, what do we reckon? I don't think it looks bad, does it? Looks neatish. Welding experts, I know there's loads here. Good or bad? What do you think? Oh yeah, look, a Chinese spider. Do you reckon he's come all the way? Now, because obviously we're building this car exactly how I want it, because we've not got the constraints of what's possible and what's not possible set by the manufacturer and the dealers, I think we can do something more special with this. Is there any other car that comes with this style bonnet?
What does the Senna come with?
Not like this.
Then no.
That looks so sick. Go on, take it away.
Wow.
Oh, look at the snoots on it. That is a P1. Is it a P1 bonnet or a P1 style bonnet? I'm not 100% sure. But either way, that is going to look sick. We don't really know the exact differences in the parts that we haven't got, but I think there's someone that we know which is going to be able to help, because I'm sure there's more technical differences between the 675 and the 650S that I don't know about.
So there are a lot of differences between this car and the 650S.
Okay.
Body-wise, I'll go over it like real quick, okay? So the front is more aggressive, and if you were to buy this brand new, like just this bumper alone, not any of the other stuff I said, this is $14,000, so about 12,000 pounds or something like that.
So Freddie spent the next half hour running me through every difference between the 675 and the 650S and everything which he struggled with on his rebuild, which is pretty safe to say did not fill me with confidence. I didn't realise how much of a challenge this was going to be.
There is some differences, but can you make it 90% of the car for 50% of the money?
Most people will not notice. If you build a 650S and you do like slight modifications, you won't be able to notice. The only thing, the biggest difference I think is just that transmission tune.
Yeah.
Because that's something that you likely won't be able to do. I mean, it's not like it doesn't shift quickly when you're full throttle, but this just shifts. It's just different. It's just immediate. So if you're willing to live with that, then yeah, it'll be great.
If there's anyone out there who can make a 650S transmission drive exactly the same as 675, let me know. Well, thank you for your time. Thanks for your guidance.
No problem, man.
If I get stuck, I'm sure I'll give you a call. Just nip over, pop a few bolts in, send me on my way.
Do you have the factory service manual for the 650?
No.
I'll send it to you. You know what the torque things to and whatever, and where things go. So,
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I could actually use my torque wrench once.
Yeah, you should probably do that on a car that goes really fast.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
But now I'm armed with all the knowledge I need and all the parts, it's time to assemble the team and get to work.
That bumper is amazing.
A lot of parts, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. It's kind of a worrying amount, to be honest.
So light.
It's like it's going to float away, isn't it?
It's like holding Mickey. You got it?
Yeah. So instead of all being fiberglass, it's all going to be carbon fibre.
Exactly, every single part is carbon now.
Big rear end.
That's how we like them.
Mate, that weave on that's well good.
Do you reckon it's worth the full 25?
The issue is, I said I agree with it on the quality of the parts, the fitment of them could be a different, you know what I'm saying?
I think you're right. I think you're right.
So I'm going to say a good 50% solid purchase up to now. What do you think?
I think we should see how it fits, then we'll know. Well, I think we start at the point where things haven't moved. So I'm pretty sure the doors haven't moved. So if we start at the front end, the wings.
So the wings.
Let's do the wings, yeah. But before we can fit those, we have some damaged bracketry, because if you come around the front of the car, these bits got damaged in the crash. Now, the car has been crashed before, and we can see that by this bracket here. This one has got like filler in it, it's been sanded back, it's all a bit bent up. And to give this kit the best chance of fitting, we need to make sure those brackets are right. I've gone to Mclaren and I've had to buy these bits from there because I just can't get them from anywhere else. Mclaren prices, as we've already seen, are astronomical. These are literally just little brackets, little bits and bobs, just for mounting the panels. Stuff like that. Another one of them. And you can't send them back either once you've paid for them. Yeah, even though they're in stock, you can't send them back. Bonnet hinges, basically that's about your lot. £2.5 grand just for that, which hurt my feelings. And my soul.
And your hairline.
And my hairline. So let's get all these bits out, see where they're gonna go, get them on, and then we can look at how we're gonna mount these panels, because we need to make sure it's going to go on straight.
That's 500 quid.
You reckon?
Not the part.
Just the logo.
Just the logo.
Yeah.
Look how detailed that is. Look, it's
That one's been rattle canned over.
so detailed.
This one looks like it's from Temu. Look at the difference. Look how mashed up it is.
Yeah, fake.
It's not the real, it's like bone and everything.
So now we've got the ridiculously overpriced brackets fitted to the car, we can start trying to see how this body kit is actually going to fit.
I wish we could demonstrate how light these are.
It's a bump way, nothing.
It literally feels like you're holding air. Moment of truth, isn't it?
Well,
let's see if this is going to be a nightmare or a breeze.
yeah, let's give it a whirl.
Should we put a bet on it?
I think it's going to fit pretty good.
Okay.
But I'm being optimistic.
I think you are. I really think you are.
Hold the front.
Bear in mind, we've only just mopped this up quickly. We haven't tightened anything up in place.
Oh, look, all the bolt holes line up pretty good, mate.
Oh, this is exciting. It'd be more exciting if I could get this bolt in. Do you know the most challenging part with this is going to be like, because McLaren panel gaps are notoriously brilliant.
No.
How do we know that that is to McLaren spec, or are we trying to get it better? Because if we get it better and it's starting to cause fitment problems and like doors catching stuff, or do we just go, right, that is a consistent gap, therefore that is good? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that looks a bit big? Personally, I would say that's a big gap, but...
Well, hang on, what does it do when it's going down though?
This is what I mean.
Go on. Oh yeah, she looks quite close on cam.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not bad that way, but this is a tiny bit higher than that, and really, you want it the other way around to kind of eliminate wind noise a tad. But it's definitely not bad. It's not bad. Can we go down slowly
Need
as well?
a little bit off of there from where
Yeah,
we was doing repairs.
Can we come down very, very slowly? That is so close. Now we've got the first wing on. Mickey is going to start fitting up the new bonnet hinge, and I'm going to fit all the brackets for the passenger side.
Well, I have wing. These carbon brackets on these wings look really good quality, to be fair. I've not really seen them inlaid with brackets like that before. Do you know what it looks like? More problems. More stuff to break.
And with all the brackets fitted to that side too, we could start mocking up this wing, but already there was a problem.
That's not looking good, Brev.
I thought the Grand Canyon was in America.
Oh my god.
Nice. Is that any good for you?
Hang on.
What is going on with that?
Very bad.
Is this door open?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Right. Whoa. Go down.
That solved nothing. So it turns out the kit wasn't perfect, but for now we're going to fasten it up and come back to that problem later.
This side fits good. I'm happy with that. This side, not so good. Sometimes maybe good.
Sometimes very
So those are both on and roughly where they're supposed to be. There's only one thing that's going to tell us actually whether those actually fit well or not, and that is the bonnet, because without that we could have gaps like this either side.
It's technically the frunk. Well, no, it's not the frunk, but that's the bit that goes above the frunk. Yeah, the frunk. The front bonnet. Front boot.
the front.
You not heard that before?
Yeah.
Front. Big up the front. Ask any Tesla owner.
It's not a trunk because it's in the back. The trunk's in the back.
I don't like that.
Unless
Is it giving you the ick?
Yeah.
Giving you the heebie-jeebies? Are you ready? Do you want me to hold it or do you want to hold it?
Well,
oh, it's so heavy, Chris. How could
whoa.
There's two. Wow.
Mickey, don't drop the bolt. You might lose it. Whoa.
How's that working, Heath?
Head is using as an axis.
Can you hold that still? Honestly, it's like this, like, just flopping everywhere. Okay.
Slowly.
I'm actually like genuinely a little bit nervous about this because if it's so far off, then we have a big problemo.
No, close your eyes as the bonnet goes down and open them as you go.
So what am I doing?
Close your eyes.
I'm just going to put it down.
Bring it down.
Steady. No.
So it's going to sit about
So
there.
listen, there's adjustment on the hinges, don't forget.
That side the wing fits good, but the bonnet fits bad. That side the wing fits bad and the bonnet fits good. So where is right?
Wrong. I like these.
Thank you. I'll tell you what though, squint really, really hard and it looks bad boy.
It looks good, doesn't it?
So we kept playing around with the panel gaps to try and get them as best as we could. and after an hour or so we started to make some really good progress.
Do you know what I can confidently say about this?
That's about as good as the AMG.
Sometimes good.
I'd say that's better than the AMG, and that's on first fit.
Yeah.
And we're all feeling pretty happy about it. Just having those two wings and bonnet lined up with each other is a great step in the right direction with this kit.
I can't believe what my eyes have seen. I just woke up from a broken dream. Who can stop my hands from shaking? I need you to take them, and I don't wanna wait all night. I'm coming alive and my senses are a little demented. Can this be?
Shall we try the tubbing?
Yes.
Okay. What the? That's it.
Hey!
That fit's nice. There's a bit of tweaking maybe, but
Ugly wobbly.
Well,
that
this is
looks
a bit-
proper.
This is a bit broken, but yeah.
yeah. I don't want to stand in it, but
No, I wouldn't.
I might.
I don't think you'd fit it.
Wow. 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Great work, everyone at home. Proud of you.
Yeah.
You've done so much. Now, you know what you need to do. Subscribe if you ain't already subscribing, otherwise I'll have you.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks good. No one standing there. I'm looking at you. Do you know what? I understand how this car's put together because it's been put together by English people, and I feel like we all think the same. It's like, if it works, it works. This is the moment right now. Cue the epic music. How are we looking there? Not ream. Oh, more ream. Oh, mine's alright. Mine's not alright yet, but it could be. Oh! I don't know what I think at this moment in time, but that looks
So much better than it did.
yeah. Funnily enough, it does. If there was a rubber that went in there, I think you'd get away with that.
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there is as well.
Like a little indentation bit.
Does it? Yeah, I think we need to take a second to stand back and appreciate it.
Stand back and appreciate that. That's very good, guys.
It does. Now, how does it look?
Just imagine the winds blowing through your hair.
Mate, that,
What hair?
bro, that looks good. Them wheels really look good on it.
It looks mint, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh, this feels wild. This don't feel real.
You know, weirdly with that front bonnet, with the front bonnet, with the bonnet, it does look a bit like a P1.
Is it like if you squint really hard? It's like,
Yeah. But you were like partly blind as well.
Yeah. Let's get those fake lenses in. We haven't got proper headlights because when the Track Experience company had it, they crashed it and then replaced the headlights just with lenses because cheapskates. And that's all we got with the car. So we'll just see how they look for now. And then I'm going to have to find some 675 or 650S headlights. How's that look on cam?
Yeah, it's a bit dusty, but yeah, it looks sick.
So I'll give it a bit of a...
Yeah, give it a bit of
detail
a...
it.
Yeah.
How's that?
I mean, not much better, but it looks cool.
Well, there we have it. Front end is on and I am loving it so far. But we've got a lot more to do with this kit and a lot more to do with this car to get it back on the road. But if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe down below. Make sure to like this video and I'll catch you next time.